So you're telling me I don't look as bad as I think I look?
No, you look great. You look great.
Why have we
Oh,
not been doing this? If we can
It's
do,
it's way easier because of the quality. That's why. But I say we just try it so it can be a lot less stressful.
like, you can't like fix this up to make it pretty.
I can maybe make it pretty, but
the
what?
problem is this camera.
Yeah, I know. But
I look
listen.
like shit.
Well, here,
I don't. I
listen.
think. I
You were
think you
making
think you
fun of
look
me.
bad.
No, you look fine, Paul.
Yeah.
You were disagreeing with me that everything that I was saying about what the World Economic Forum's goals were not real. And then I
No,
was
no.
about to read to you what they said here. I
Yeah.
says you
I wanted you to clarify. I said sold in California.
okay, they want the fourth industrial revolution. 5 predictions for what life will be like in 2030.
Oh, this
You
is just a projection.
but this is what they discuss, okay? Right?
Oh no, but you made it a law. You said you made it seem like it was a
That's what they
law.
do. That's
That's
what
what
they
they
do.
do. And
It's
thank you,
fear.
Who's
Paul.
so who are you, Paul? Who's at blame here for that? Paul's
What?
Kyle's statement, right?
That's they're all these right wing guys, these
Oh, here we go. Here we
ex
go.
Twitter guys. They're
So
like wrapped up in fear mongering. Like,
so
oh,
he,
California's gonna make you do this by 2023.
so
In San Francisco,
Paul's
this new
calling
law
you a
just
right
passed, and it's
wing.
gonna make you do this and then this is what's gonna happen next. And then none of those things happen.
I'm the only actual liberal here.
Oh God,
Oh, here we go. You're a
here we
classic
go.
neoliberal or whatever the hell it
It's
is.
true. I am. I believe in
Okay,
maximum freedom. Okay.
maximum freedom. That's funny.
And I was like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
okay,
read to you their
maximum
little
freedom for gold. So you want to allow Exxon to just like destroy the environment? Like that's maximum freedom for money.
no, I didn't
You
say
He
okay
that.
with
got you
that?
there. He
I
got you
didn't
there,
say
buddy.
that.
Like there
You
needs to
said
be
ultimate
some sort
freedom.
of regulations.
For sure, okay. All right, fine.
So not ultimate freedom then, Kyle.
But don't think for a second that the green fucking zealots are
Initiative.
are yeah, is gonna that has anything to actually do with the environment. It just has to do with transferring money from one group to the next group.
Yeah, I guess there's more. There's it. Yeah, I mean,
All this green
transferring who to
shit
who? What are they doing? What are they
transferring from
transferring?
one
What are they?
group to another group. Bro,
It
do
sounds
you
like business. You
listen,
transfer money from
listen.
their pocket to your pocket.
Dude, my whole Twitter is just like all like conspiracy
That's your
theories. It's
fault.
just
That's your
That's your
fault.
fault. Mine's not like that.
That's your
no, it's
algorithm.
not my
Mine's
fault. I
just
didn't
art. Mine's
want
just
that.
art and shit.
You're
So
obviously you're obviously liking stuff and clicking on things.
Or he's engaging with it. Like he's getting mad in the comments. Like,
Yeah, or you're commenting.
how could you misgender someone? Oh,
no, I'm it's not my fault. It's funny things, it's ads. Oh, welcome to Walgreens, and then someone just filling up a shopping bag full of or a garbage bag full of crap and walking out, and the security's not doing anything. He's like, this is what the world's come to in San Francisco. That's like every other post.
but
You know what I mean?
do you not think that's a problem in San Francisco?
No, I agree with that, but it's like, why is everything on my feed all of a sudden just like weird ads and like right wing conspiracies?
What's the right wing
What,
conspiracy?
yeah, let me hear one of those.
Yeah, give me a good one.
Um, let's see.
It
I'm
shouldn't
sure
take you
one will
that
pop
far
up.
that long to find if it's every other thing.
He'll watch a
I'm sure
video
one
of
will.
something happening and then call it a right wing conspiracy.
Yeah, he'll watch the video. It's like 10 minutes long, and then he
No,
gets
it
upset
actually.
that it keeps the algorithm keeps giving you those videos. You can't watch those videos for 10 minutes and then be
Oh,
like, why does it keep
UFO crap.
But
UFO crap. They're covering it up. Okay, cool, whatever. I don't know if they'll either release it or they won't. Like
that is
Elon
pretty
Musk said
annoying.
that he hasn't seen any aliens.
I hate when the UFO people are like, "Oh, you can't handle the truth." It's like, bro, I think that we can handle it. We all don't believe you anyway.
I don't think a lot of people can handle that, honestly. They're really
You don't think?
I think they're really strict or really committed like religious people who think that they're the only like life form on this planet other than obviously animals. Um, I don't think they can handle it. Because if you really think about it, if aliens exist, if there's a life form out there, then what does that make us?
It just makes us part of the big galactic family of
Okay,
sentient, intelligent life.
religiously speaking.
Religiously
Oh, I never
speaking,
thought about all that.
Yeah.
well, I think that do strict religious people really like they believe that we are the only form of life in the entire
Absolutely. Yeah.
galaxy.
Yeah.
Do they though? I mean, can't we all fall under, according to them, can't we all fall
What
under
if
the
we're
same
the only
God?
what if we're the only form of life?
I don't know, because they believe in Jesus.
What if we're the only form of life that is in this dimension? Like, what if like the third dimension is relegated to Earth? And in order to meet other life, you have to increase your frequency and enter like a fourth, fifth dimension.
Have you guys ever done DMT?
No, have you?
Because I've been there.
Okay,
Where you
You
been?
can literally go to that other dimension if you want. It's easy. Do you guys want to go?
Why don't you stay there?
Well, I guess you're only there as long as that drug is in your system, and that like allows us to get there, and
but
it's
how do you
only
know?
10
Okay,
minutes.
so how do you know it's not just your brain with all
Yeah,
the
like
like DNA akashic records of knowledge, just like
that's
coming
what I'm saying. Like, why can't you stay there then? If it's real, can you figure out how to just stay there in that dimension? If it's not just a side effect of a drug, if it's a real dimension, can you figure out how to be there forever?
I don't know. I mean, you could argue that both ways. You could say, well, if it's not real, then why wouldn't you be able to stay there forever? Like
Say that again.
you said, like you're saying
If it's
it's not
real,
real
no,
because you
no,
can't
no, no.
stay there.
I didn't say that. No, I said if
Okay.
it's real, then why can't we figure out a way how to stay there? I'm just proposing the question. If it's
I bet
real,
we could.
if it's not just like a side effect of a drug, then that means the dimension is real and you're just like visiting it. Then why can't we figure out how to stay there? Why has no one been
I
able to
bet we
figure that out?
could. I bet we could figure it out in the future. Not right now.
Are you
How would
anti-religious, Paul?
Uh, I don't know if I'd say anti-religious. I mean, kind of. I'm just agnostic, I guess.
Gnostic. Interesting.
Why?
Just
But
curious. A few comments you made back.
I mean, if you do DMT, you go to that other dimension, you see the other beings, and they're there. They're hanging out there all the time. And they figured out a way to get there. So yeah, probably could figure out a way to get there.
What if it's just elements of your higher self?
if they figured out how to get there, why don't they visit you here?
Why would you want to come down to a denser existence?
So that's what. Can you ask them that next time, Paul? Hey, why don't you guys come over to our dimension?
Well, they can't just pop into like this 3D like dimension on Earth.
What if
Like, they would
why
need to
don't
be
they have
physical to do
why
that.
don't they have like a form of DMT that like
That's a
lets
great
them
question,
on
Kyle.
our dimension?
Yeah, why can't
Oh,
they just
maybe
come
they
visit?
do. Maybe they do. And what
Oh,
it is you become a baby and you live a life.
okay. This is I really wanted to talk about this because I made up a conspiracy theory.
They smoke DMT, they become a baby, they shoot out of the womb, they have an entire life, and then when they
Oh,
die, they go back home. And that's what we're doing right now. We smoked their DMT, and now we're the baby,
this is probably
pretending
our
to have fun
existence
on
is
Earth.
probably most likely a dream of a spirit, and so when you die, it's actually like waking up. That's what I think. I wanted to tell
Yeah,
you my conspiracy theory.
I get with that.
I want to tell you my conspiracy theory. So,
Okay, yeah. Where'd you find this on Twitter?
no, I made this up. It's completely made up by me. Okay.
All right.
So you know how people talk about demons and demon possession and things like that? And you know how other people say that we live in a simulation?
Mm-hmm.
These are two different people, right?
Yeah. So like,
Two different groups.
like
Okay.
like like there's been exorcisms and things like that. So what if we are living in a simulation and we're surrounded by all this crazy code, like that's, we're in this crazy quantum field of basically an intellectual simulation, right? What if demons, right, or evil entities are malicious code that exist within the simulation? And so when people get possessed, their, I don't know what you want to call it, their divine code gets corrupted by these viruses. And so demons are just they're like actual viruses, like bad code existing in the system.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I hear where you're. I hear what you're saying. That's interesting.
What if that's the truth to all existence and to all like demon possessions?
So you would have to agree that we're in a simulation to say that they're not actually possessed. It's just bad code.
It's just bad code. It's just like you
But
got
who's
A
designed
writing?
with
virus.
bad code.
Who's writing the code?
Well, that's the grand intellect. You can call it God. God has written the code, or
So
the
it's
grand
basically so it's the same thing.
intellectual.
If you're a religious person, it's the same thing.
It
Like
is
if
the
you
same
believe in
thing.
Jesus and God, it's basically the
Mm.
same thing. Like there's a maker
The
and
creator.
a creator, yeah. And so basically you're just changing it to like there's a maker, but it's just actually a code that he like printed out or typed out.
I think that like and what if Jesus represented like the perfect code for an entity, right? And
Mm.
so, and what if he came down here as like an IT guy, and he was like here to like fix the problems in the mainframe?
Like he was part of the Geek Squad.
Yeah, he's part of God's geek squad, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, so that's my conspiracy theory is that
I
demons
like
are
it.
just malicious code infecting certain people that have like I don't know, like a weak constitution or something.
Yeah.
And
Speak.
that's why when they say don't play with the dark side, don't play with Ouija boards, don't let that stuff in because you're letting in the malicious code.
Um, I would love to play with a Ouija board. I've wanted to like see ghosts or hear ghosts forever.
You've never had a ghost experience?
Never. And I'm desperate for it. Like I want it, but for some reason it doesn't yeah, I've never been able to experience it. Paul, what about you? Have you experienced it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I believe in ghosts. That's
But yet
I
you just
mean,
said you
But
believe that in the
yeah,
DMT
there's a
entity.
different dimension that you can smoke to get into, but he doesn't believe in ghosts.
yeah, I don't believe in like that's just like that's like third grade lore compared to where I've been
Why
in
would
the
that be
DMT
third
world.
grade
Like a
lore? Think
ghost,
about it.
just a ghost floating around here in the
It's a
3D in this
it's a
Earth
spirit.
dimension.
It's a spirit.
Like no. Go to the DMT world and you'll know what I mean when I say you'll know what a spirit is. All right, you're not gonna just see some guy in like a white cape floating through your bedroom. Like this is like the real deal. Okay,
No,
this
but
is like
Okay,
a
you're
kindergarten
I think
thinking of a ghost spirit versus like an adult thinking of a spirit.
I think that
Like
you're
you go
dumbing
there
it
and you
down.
actually hang out with the spirits and you meet
Bro,
them.
you know how I just asked the question, why don't they come and visit us? What if that is
they
what they're
are.
doing? Then
They
they come
are,
in
and
the
that's the
form of a
ghost.
ghost.
And that's the ghost. And they're like trying to get your attention. Like they knock on things, they like walk
Yeah.
around. They're like, Paul, I'm here. Why don't you believe me? I'm here.
I guess, yeah, that could be it. I guess, yeah. But I've never seen a ghost, so but I did used to see like people walking around my bedroom when I was really young, but I think it was just my imagination. But
So you
I don't
have seen
know.
ghosts, apparently.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
What
But
were
I
they
think they were
doing?
just
What were they doing walking around your bedroom?
I used to wake up and I used to just see a girl like sitting in the corner and she would just look at me and I
No
would just be
way.
like the scared I've ever been in my life. Or I would like see my mom just like walk by and look at me and keep walking. I told my grandma one time and she gave me a flashlight to leave under my pillow. Oh my God, remember this one time? I mean, my two brothers, me and my brother had beds right next to each other. And I wake up and I look over and there's a girl sitting like 3 feet away from me. And then she turns and like looks at me and I think I said, "What do you want?" And I didn't have the I didn't have the flashlight, but I just like hid my. That used to happen almost every night to me. I would just see people.
How did you just get done saying you don't believe in ghosts?
And then go into
But
this
now you're
wild
just
story of that.
now you're
Yeah.
just giving
My
us this
grandma gave me a
traumatic.
flashlight. She goes, "When you next time you see one, take the flashlight and shine it at them." And I don't know. I always just lost the flashlight or something. But I always just thought it
I
was
love what you
my
take from
mind
these stories. Like this is like
This is
my mind
outrageous.
playing tricks on me. I think it was my mind playing tricks on me.
Why wouldn't it just be ghosts?
You know when you wake up and you like your mind wants to put a pattern together. It's like, is that a
No, no,
face? And then
no.
you're like
That's
half
never happened.
asleep and you
No,
think
no,
it's a
no.
face and you're just like, oh, there's shoulders. And then you're like, oh, okay, it's just a person. But you're
No, I
like,
don't know what that's like. I've never woken up and seen people walking around my bedroom.
you want to
Never.
hear something interesting? My girlfriend, when she was a baby, she was like probably 2. She fell into a paint bucket that was filled with water, and she drowned.
Paint bucket with water. Okay.
She had in the backyard. There's a paint bucket, and then
Okay.
her dad would like put water in them to like feed the dogs, which is pretty unsafe, but whatever. And so, but she fell headfirst into it,
Okay.
and she swears by this that she left her body, and she was viewing the entire scene from like the top corner of a. Imagine if you're like in a room, and she was like in like one of the top corners, watching her body being drowned, watching her mom grab her out, and both of the parents like trying to resuscitate her. And then
That's crazy. That's definitely a real thing, like out of body experiences.
Yeah, yeah. But Anthony,
You're-
why are you
you're
so against
you-
that?
His logic for picking things. I'm not against it. I'm just Paul's logic for picking and choosing what's. Oh, he just said that's definitely real. But the ghosts I
Out of
saw
body
in
that's
the
out of body
middle of the night are not
experience.
real.
Out of body experiences are like scientific. So ghosts aren't. And since when do you believe in ghosts? Like the person that the least likely person to believe in ghosts believes in ghosts.
No, I don't believe in them.
But you want to believe in them?
I want to see them. Yeah, because people around me constantly are saying, "Oh, ghosts are real,"
Well, you
or
also
"I've
have
seen
to-
ghosts."
Well, you have to be open to it, Anthony. You have to open yourself up
You're not open.
spiritually. Yeah, you're very closed off.
I just got done saying I want to see them.
Well, no, but you have to. You can't like. But deep down, you're like, There's no way that this is real. There's no way that this is actually a real thing, a real phenomenon. So like, I think that
So I have to not only like want to view them and see them,
you have to,
but then I
believe
have
that
to
it's a
tell
possibility.
myself it's possible.
No, you don't tell yourself. You have to believe it. You have to. Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of spiritual blockages with you, Anthony, that we should probably work on getting opened up.
I don't even know what you guys mean by that. Spiritual blockage? Where is this
Yeah.
blockage? Is it in my ears?
Probably in a lot of your chakras.
Chakras. I
Isn't
believe
it
in
so
chakras.
annoying when you're like something's not working for you and people just tell you like, oh well, it's your fault, pretty much.
It's so funny because I agree with that a lot. I believe that everything is a product of your decisions typically. So it honestly it creates a mindset where there's no one to blame, and I think it's even if it's not true, it's the healthiest mindset to be in.
Where there's no one to blame but you mean? Oh, so you can't blame anyone else. It's only on your own accord.
Because no one likes a complainer.
Yeah, I guess that is the best mindset to be in because then you can always feel like you can fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe you should keep that in mind, Paul, when you're always late for things and then you try to blame me for them. But speaking of conspiracies, Kyle, I know you don't believe we went to the moon, right? I think we talked about this in a past episode, or
I don't know now. I know that there's a bunch of weird, there's a bunch of weird elements to it that for the fact that like NASA lost the information to get back to the moon. They when they got back from the moon, they looked so depressed, like they were almost like under duress, lying about like having to lie to the public. And then the other thing too is have you ever seen the actual hardware on the moon? I mean, it looks like it was made out of tinfoil and cardboard.
Yeah, me and you looked at it a long time ago. But the reason I brought it up is because I don't think we ever talked about it with Paul. So I'm curious if Paul had any thoughts about it.
Well, a lot of it is like tinfoil. Like it is like that metal. It looks cheap. It's that metal that they use on like space stations and stuff.
Like aluminum?
Yeah.
And to you, it looks like tinfoil, but it's not. It's like
so Paul,
$1 million.
So you, Paul, you believe we went to the moon?
I don't know. I think maybe, but I think it would be kind of too hard to it would be too hard to fake, like, and then it's gonna get out eventually.
There were elements of it that were like when they examined the sand, the way that it was floating, that's like how it would work in that atmosphere because there was zero wind.
Part of the reason I brought this up is because I was watching or listening to a part. You're the guy you guys hate, Bill Maher. He had Candace Owens on, and he got really upset and frustrated that she was like, I don't believe in it. And he was like, how am I supposed to take you seriously? How are we supposed to have like a normal conversation if you don't believe that we went to the moon?
Why he's so annoying, bro.
But
He's so fucking
if you guys
annoying.
listen to that part, he gets so upset. Like he's almost like, why am I even speaking to you? He basically is calling her insane. Like
Yeah,
he's
he
like,
is.
you are insane. And basically that's like a non-starter for me to now believe anything else you say.
Do you know
Like
that can I tell you, it's funny, I was talking to my dad after we did that episode about Bill Maher, and he said he used to play a gig when Bill Maher was unknown, and Bill Maher would always come into the green room where the band would be hanging out, and Bill Maher would always go, "All right, guys, we're gonna have a great show tonight. We're really gonna kill it tonight." And then he would like pop out, like, and he said, "Hey, he's such a tiny little guy. He's a real tiny little man." But the thing that's annoying about Bill Maher is that he can be wrong about so much and say it with so much confidence, and then he just expects everyone to forgive him. Like Bill Maher has never been on the fucking moon. Like he's just everything about him is just
but everybody's like that. Like everybody like says like when they believe something, when they're discussing it, think that they're right. That's the reason why they're discussing it or bringing it up.
Look, we probably landed on the moon, but I will tell you that there is the motive behind faking it would be, basically flexing on the Soviet Union, right? As we are the technical bulldogs of the entire world, and there are a lot of weird things like that video I showed you about them, like sending visuals of Earth back to Earth from the spaceship when they're supposedly in the moon's orbit, and like they said, oh look, Earth is this big, and they pull the cardboard back, and they're just in Earth's atmosphere. The fact that they happen to lose they lost the details as to how to get back to the moon because they accidentally recorded over it or some crazy shit. Like it just seems like a bunch of really unfortunate events as to why we can't go back to the moon. And then you look at Neil Armstrong and all these Buzz Aldrin, and they all look super fucking depressed when they're at that press conference, like they're lying. I don't know.
Hi, my name's Mike, and if you're sitting there watching this tape smoking your cigarette, well, hit the fast forward button, because I don't smoke and I don't like people who do smoke.